StreamYard's like, nope, not going to let y'all do this tonight. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome back to this week's movie, episode 121. This ought to be a fun one, man. We watched a movie from 1980, right? 1980, called SCHIZOID. It's about as weird as Klaus Kinski and Christopher Lloyd, and they are both in it, man. I didn't know Christopher Lloyd was in this. I knew Klaus Kinski was in it. I did not know about Christopher Lloyd. Who picked this one? Chris, you was yours. Yeah. I thought it was, for some reason, I thought Hugh picked this movie earlier today. Yeah, so what was your reason behind picking this one? And
this wasn't my first pick. I just want to get that out of the way.
Oh, dude, it's not as bad as Bad Milo, so I have nothing to say. So,
yeah, it wasn't my first pick, but I think most of us or all of us have at least watched that Canon documentary at some point.
Love it.
So going through it, I mean, they show almost all the movies they've done, and Schizoid was kind of one of the earlier slasher movies, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah,
1980 is pretty early.
Yeah, and it just looks silly, dumb, fun. I mean, I was sure it was going to be terrible either way. So hey, I was expecting a bad movie. I'm sure we all were, but
yeah. I wasn't really sure, to be honest. I honestly I knew little to nothing about it. About 30 minutes in, I was like looking at stuff like, what in the world?
Yeah, I was just hoping it would be a little more fun than it was. You know, fun bad, not just bad.
I'll be honest, man. I didn't hate it, dude. Like, I didn't like it actively or anything, but I was just like, I kind of feel like I'm supposed to like this movie. It feels like it was made with me in mind. Like, I just was like, this is so terrible. But the only thing that I had a hard time with was the any kind of like making out. Klaus Kinski is maybe the worst actor I've ever seen in my life. He's like, if Nick Cage was to be like, that guy's Nick Cage, it would be Klaus Kinski. It'd be that. It's that bad. It's like the Nick Cage of Nick Cages. Like, it's he's so bad.
He's just so uncomfortable looking in anything he does.
He's bad in this. He's very good in other things.
Yeah, he's especially bad in this, though.
I've only seen him a handful of movies, and they were all really bad. So I just think of him as a bad actor. So if you have some good ones to throw at me, let me know, man. I'll watch them if they're bad. I don't care.
Did you watch that Western Great Silence?
Oh, that's right. He's in that.
He's the villain. Yeah,
that's a really good movie. You're right.
Amazing as the villain in that movie.
How weird is it? You also get Nick Cage in Willy's Wonderland, and also you get him in the Leaving Las Vegas. So it's strange when you get these guys that are Hugh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's strange to get these guys with such wide, berths.
I feel like he was sort of a supporting actor, though. I couldn't really feel. I really love Klaus Kinski. I know,
that's awesome.
Very polarizing, but man, I was looking for some Klaus in there, and I felt like he was on, Xanax or something. He was really just
he's playing Dr. Red Herring in this movie.
Yeah. And the whole time I'm thinking like, okay, this is easy. Klaus is the killer, and then I'm like, oh wait, no, should have seen that coming. Once we had the discussion about Mom's clothes, like, oh my god.
Yeah, I think I figured out before that who.
Yeah, I had it pegged pretty early what was going on.
Yeah, they obviously didn't know what they were doing. I don't think they knew what they were doing making most of their movies. But,
this movie was written by like a 5-year-old. He watched one episode of Scooby-Doo, and he was like, "All right."
I think it was probably written by like 5-year-olds, and they just mushed all their ideas together, and then just filmed something and fit it together, and it's a movie.
Do all therapy groups like just have nude like sauna
mine
sessions?
Does.
That's
mine does.
Not allowed to get in the sauna with clothes.
No,
on.
So whenever that part starts up right at the beginning of the movie, bro, I literally was like, wait, what? I had to because I thought I missed something. I was like, okay, I must have missed something at the beginning. And so I was only a few minutes in, so I rewound it a little bit, and I hit play, and I was like, no. So I rewound it a little bit more, and then I'm like at the beginning of the movie, I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm just watching one of these today. But it was 90 minutes, so I wasn't too mad. It went by pretty quick. It was painless. Dude, actively bad like some of these other movies that we've watched, especially stuff that I've picked. I went on a bad skid there for a while. I was picking nothing but losers, so I didn't like it. I don't want to own it, but it was fine. It was like it felt like something I would probably watch again at some point. So
yeah. I mean, it's an American giallo, basically.
Okay, that was one of the things that I was not sure about. I was like, dude, is this an American or is it? I don't know what's going on right now. That's why I eventually started looking at it, because I couldn't figure out what was going on with like the style. I just couldn't figure it out. Like
it definitely had that vibe. It just, didn't have anything other than that going for it. I thought.
Yeah. Well, at least most of the giallos have style to them. There's like something pretty to look at or something, but this one is like, okay.
The only thing it had that was giallo to me was a pair of scissors was the murder weapon.
Yeah.
I
didn't really. There's some gloves and a hat,
No, I'm kidding. It had some very giallo stuff.
Well, if I was telling somebody that didn't know much about giallo movies and I showed them like 3 of them and this was just stuck in the middle, I think some like film fans could probably go, "What are you talking about, bro? That's definitely something's wrong with that one." But I think some regular folks might just be like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. It follows the same formula, but it's not.
Not as good. That's for sure.
I mean, there's some bad Italian giallos too. Like,
yes,
I've seen a few that are like around this level. It's pretty shitty. But
oh man, you're making me want to watch this again. Oh. It's like it was on 4 out of 10, but I still want to watch it again.
It was on 4K on Amazon. Like, do they actually have a 4K release of this? Does anybody know?
Wait, really? That'd be kind of awesome.
I'm assuming this probably wouldn't have a 4K stream without a physical release to.
Oh, I think I saw it come out on. It was either like Severin or Vinegar Syndrome or one of those.
That makes sense.
Like a cast off of Arrow. They're like, we don't want this, dude. Y'all can have it. Criterion was like, no, Arrow, you take this. They're like, we don't want that. Vinegar Syndrome's like, I guess we'll take it. It's got KLAUS KINSKI in it.
Right. Yeah. There's some boobs in here. We're good.
It's a very Vinegar Syndrome.
Love some boobs, man.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. It's perfect for Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, all right, folks, that was a good talk.
Good talk.
No, man, there's a couple things I want to talk about. Like, I feel like whenever I watch a movie, I get caught up in kind of the nostalgia of like the times, right? And one of those things is every time I see cars in these movies, I'm like, every car on the road is American, every single one of them, except for maybe like the one loner Toyota that rolls by. But it's like I'm watching this movie. I'm like, dang, look at all these old cars, right? And another thing is like I feel like stripper dancers, especially, have come a long way. The dances that they do in these movies is very like, lots of high kicks and spins and stuff. And I'm like, man, nobody really would dig that anymore. This 4-point stance.
I think you need to visit some of these daytime strip clubs, buddy.
Or not.
or don't.
That was funny to me. Is like the stripper leaves at like, whatever time strippers leave the club, 4 a.m. or whatever. And she hops on a bus and like walks down the dark alley. And of course she gets killed. Like, no stripper is in the right mind is trying to walk down a dark alley at 4 a.m.
Well, no one in this movie does anything that makes sense at all. And the scariest part of the movie was KLAUS KINSKI fucking that stripper against the damn hot water heater. I was like, that's the scariest part of the whole movie.
I read that comment. You liked it on Letterboxd, and man, I started laughing so hard.
I saw that. I was like, that's so true.
Or him creeping on his daughter. Like,
okay. I was gonna avoid that whole talk, but since you brought it up, I was like, I had to again rewind it to make sure I knew who she was. I was like, wait, isn't that his kid? And I was like, maybe it's like his mate or something. And he's like, sweetheart, come here. I was like, what are you doing, bro?
That's just KLAUS, You're just
KLAUS. KLAUS gonna KLAUS.
He's a therapist. Like, you'd think he'd know better. Like, oh, this is probably in the manual, like things not to do with your daughter.
Don't peep on your daughter.
Well, I mean, he's doing all the therapy ladies. So I guess it kind of makes sense, but man, I think that's a bit of a
Dude, I was watching
That
this.
one
I was
chick-
like, I wish I was watching this with you guys because we would have so much fun just like ripping this movie apart. If we were sitting there together.
All the kissing looked like two mannequins doing it, bro. It was just like no movement, and they were just like.
Even like when he was.
Okay, can we move now? Okay.
When he was fucking the strippers, like it was just like. He
bro.
was just like no thrusting. It was just like he was just rocking back and forth.
Yeah.
He's hands down the worst lay ever.
I know, right?
Like,
how did you have children, Natasha?
By accident.
Right.
Oh
my god!
It certainly
so
wasn't
funny.
fun, I imagine. Yeah, this movie was super ridiculous. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I kind of enjoyed watching it though. I don't know. It's a very weird feeling I've got right now.
It's a 2-star.
You know what though? Sometimes I feel like a hot pocket, man. You know, and this is a hot pocket of a movie.
Yeah, I just wish it was a little more interesting.
There's tons of interesting movies out there.
There were some pretty like terrible lines.
Oh, that's for sure.
The second cop, like the buddy cop, his lines were all just super. Like I wrote down one. It was like, oh, she got 2 pounds of makeup on. She's either a hooker, an actress, or a dancer, or she's setting up a trick. And I was like, dang, dude, just because this chick has makeup on, she's dead. Number one.
1980.
Yeah, it was rough.
The cops were hilarious,
dude. Back when I was a kid, man, even in like the 90s, dude, if you had a lot of makeup on, you were assumed to be loose. Like that's just how it was.
Every time she interacted with the cops, they're just basically like, "We don't have time for your bullshit."
They don't, bro. They gotta go get something to eat, man. Maybe take a nap.
And like the chick who's in therapy, the cop asked her, you know, she says something about her therapy group, and he's like, "What's a pretty girl like you need a therapist for?"
Oh yeah,
right.
I mean, I don't even think that makes any sense. I'm like,
it doesn't
because she needs some help with something. Like, why do you need therapy, sir? He's like, oh, I didn't know I did. I'm like, you do. Like, yeah, this
cancels out mental health problems.
And like every murder that happened in this,
it doesn't.
They were all Jane Does. Like they didn't know any. Like did nobody have a purse?
Yeah. There was no follow-up.
ID. Like
the cops were too busy to follow up. You know?
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't even realize that. That's amazing. Just how much attention I was paying. God damn it! I just finished it like 30 minutes ago.
That's some pretty kicking music too. I had the subtitles on, and the subtitles said "obnoxious music playing," and I was like,
it's like the most like basic, just like someone sat down on a synthesizer and just hit some keys.
I like did notice a little bad music.
Like, Stinger.
Yeah, I noticed a little bit of bad music in this one.
It's bad. It's pretty bad.
Yeah,
I could have composed this film.
I mean, Charlie could have.
I'm glad I watched it after that documentary though, because it makes so much more sense that this is the product that they were pushing out.
That's probably
kind of feels like an alien directed it a little bit. This isn't a human. He barely knows what humans are.
And they just threw it all together, and it was 90 minutes. It was a movie. Good to go. Release it.
Yeah.
What was the budget on this? I wonder.
I was surprised, Christopher. I know you mentioned it, but
how is Christopher Lloyd in this movie? Yeah.
And I love in this movie, like whenever somebody like accidentally bumps into another person, like, oh, we're getting onto the elevator together, and that's like terrifying. Like, oh shit, there's a man on the elevator with me. And
oh yeah, the black guy.
Yeah.
She was terrified of
that was my favorite part of the whole movie. And he was just gay.
He's just a gay guy.
He just had an awesome shirt on. He's just wearing a fishnet.
He like bends down and picks up her keys and just holds them. She doesn't hand them back to her, and then it's like,
he's a murderer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So the budget was $350,000, which is actually more than I would have.
I thought you were going to say $350. That was 14 wooden nickels. Like that's what we had to make this movie. We did it.
I mean, that was probably all for Klaus Kinski, although Christopher Lloyd wasn't really that known yet, was he?
Probably not. I mean, this is 1980.
His character was completely pointless.
It really was.
I guess this is right before Back to the Future, though.
You noticed I'm sorry.
It's all good.
That part whenever the fellow was climbing up the fire escape to go check on his gal or whatever, or his ex-wife or whatever she was to him, and that guy catches him somehow. I guess he telepathically knew that guy was climbing up the fire escape, and he's like, "Oh, you peeping Tom!" And he starts chasing him, and then he like accidentally drops the bat. You could tell that wasn't on purpose. That was just like left in the movie. And then when he's running, he almost falls, and they left that in the movie. I'm like, dude, you guys. The best parts were stuff that should have been cut out, man. It was just like, what are we doing?
Running low on money.
No time for second takes, man.
That's what I figured. I just thought it was funny. I thought it was interesting because I don't usually catch on to stuff like that because I'm so just oblivious to what's going on when I watch a movie sometimes. But I was like, wow, this is like really bad. Like this guy just fell on the ground. They're like, fuck it, leave him in. Like he dropped his bat. They're like, no, just keep going. Just don't stop. We don't have enough. It's the last reel.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So Christopher Lloyd was in a few things before this, but
that's what I'm looking at.
Nothing much. I mean, he was in Mr. Mom after this.
Is that made this year?
A National Lampoon's movie, Star Trek.
The only thing of note, like before this movie, is like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Sure did. Didn't it?
I don't remember him in that, so I just figured it was a super small role.
He's small. He's like one of the guys in the hospital, I think. But yeah, he wasn't really anybody, I guess, until Back to the Future.
Yeah, which was 5 years after Schizoid.
Yeah, 85.
Why does he look 75 in that movie, and then he looks like 72 like 10 years later?
Makeup, lighting.
Oh man, cool.
But yeah,
Schizoid, very silly movie.
Yeah.
You should watch it if you have 90 minutes that you don't want back.
It's definitely a movie.
Not
sure it exists.
Yeah, it's there. It's on Amazon.
Yep.
All right, Josh? It's your week to pick the movie.
It is.
What are we watching this week, dude?
All right, so I'm picking something. It's not a free like a free stream, but it's only $2.50 on Amazon.
Okay.
I'll send you the money if it's a big deal.
Very big deal.
It's The Getaway, the Steve McQueen movie.
It's a good movie. I think I've seen that.
Never seen it.
Let me look at the cover of it. That will tell me.
There is a remake with Alec Baldwin, so don't watch that one.
Dude, noted.
Does he kill somebody in that movie too?
Maybe,
yeah.
I've never watched it, but
he just does that in every movie he's in.
That would be not hilarious, but hilarious.
Sally Struthers in the Getaway.
It's a Sam Peckinpah movie. It's like 1972, 71, something like that.
We going Peckinpah.
Yeah.
I watched what's it? The name of the Wild
Bunch.
Yeah, man, that movie's amazing.
Yeah,
so
I watched it too.
Picking Peckinpah.
Yeah, I watched it too.
It's a great movie. I just watched it in the theater. So
yeah, so I didn't realize I actually had watched it before. Like
really,
I started watching it and I was like 10 minutes in. I was like, I've seen this. So my father-in-law was in town, and he's an old guy. He likes westerns and stuff from the 50s and 60s, and it's like, let's throw on and I was just going through. I mean, Peckinpah was a thing in my mind from you, so I just threw it on, and honestly, I didn't really pay a lot of attention to it. It was just kind of background noise while stuff was going on. So I would say.
So you kind of saw it before?
Yeah, like I probably watched like the first 30 minutes, and then we started doing other stuff, and it was on in the background. So I wouldn't consider I had really seen it before, but it was a little familiar in spots.
Okay. What did you think of it?
That was good. Yeah, it was really good. I think I preferred Great Silence a bit.
So just a Western overall.
Yeah. But it was good. Yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah. It's one of those ones I warmed up to. Because the first time I saw it, I think I was a little. 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 I little bit underwhelmed, and then watched it again. And
yeah, I can see that. It's got good characters. You know,
Mhm.
everybody's got their own little kind of thing going on. So the characters are interesting. So the dialogue's interesting, and you know, got some cool gunfights. And
it's a mean movie, but it's also got a really like good heart to it too.
It does.
Like you care about those people at the end of the day. So when they go in the end and, you know, have that shootout, it's like you care about what happens to them.
Yeah.
You know?
I loved it, man. I thought it was amazing. I had to watch it in doses, like, because there's just so much that is packed into it. They're traveling, they're on the train, they're running away. Oh, they robbed these people. Oh, the gunfight at the beginning. I mean, it is just, it's like,
it's kind of an unconventional structure because it there's no lead up. They throw you right into this insane action sequence. And you're like, what? This is like crazy. They kill a bunch of people, and then
go ahead.
It slows down. Yeah, go ahead.
So you got the scorpions and the kids playing with the ants and the scorpions as sort of a foreshadowing of the end of the movie, right?
Yes.
So what do the kids represent? I know the scorpions and the ants, but who are the kids?
Well, I think that whole thing is sort of just a comment on people's how people are born with a violent nature in them. Like even as an innocent child, you still have the instincts to just you know, be violent, to poke at things and set them on fire. You know?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty I don't know, disturbing, just because it was children and they were like killing these. I mean, yeah, it's insects, like not a big deal, I guess, you know, unless you're an insect lover. But yeah, I was watching it and I was like, dang, look at these kids torturing these scorpions. And then the ants, you know, gang. But I felt like, okay, the scorpions are the wild bunch. The ants are the, you know, what's his name? Pablo, whatever his name was.
Yeah, right.
And his team, right? Well, the kids, what do they represent? Like God? Or are they just like coaxing the ants on and mixing them all up? And hey, sorry, that's life. I don't know.
Yeah, and the whole thing is sort of nihilistic. You know, it's just like none of it matters in the end. It's all, you know, yeah, it's all just violence and death.
Wow.
But yeah.
Just to make sure I knew what you're talking about. You're talking about the Wild Bunch?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you seen that, Randy?
I don't know. I looked at it just now, and I'm not sure. I feel like I might not have seen this one, which kind of surprises me based on the year it came out and the fact that it's a Western, because I grew up watching this stuff with my dad. So I might get 20 minutes in and be like, oh, I have seen this, but I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah.
Or if I did, it was probably like an edited, sorry, Josh, edited Sunday version or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It's a classic Western. It's like held up as one of the big ones. One of the last big ones, really. I mean, other than like Unforgiven or something, but
dude, I freaking love that movie.
But yeah, I mean, by the 70s, the Western was pretty much dead. Peckinpah was like kind of the last guy to do it.
Yep.
I wish they would do some more Westerns. Sorry, Chris.
I was like, you would like it probably, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a great movie. Yeah. I was hoping you would watch it with me the other day, but I know you were tired. So.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Wait, what happened with
at the theater? They were playing it at a theater.
Bro, dude, when I get off of work these days, I'm so tired that I forget to go to movies all the time. Like I'll just like leave, get home, like, oh crap, I could have stayed and watched fill in the blank. I just
yeah. No, we were sitting at the bar talking, but you already said you were tired, so
yeah. No, I don't even remember that, bro. Like,
yeah, I believe you.
Yeah, I mean, you want to hang out at work after work? I know it's Alamo Drafthouse, it's a little different, but still, you're working.
I've done it a couple times, and it's weird because the last time I did it, I went to go watch. I don't remember. It was something on a Friday night that was I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 weeks ago, something like that. And I got done. I don't know. No, it wasn't a Friday. It was a Thursday. Because I was like, how did I get done early enough on a Friday? No, it was a Thursday night. And it was something that was playing that I wanted to watch. And I walked in about 10 or 15 minutes after it started. And I sat down. And I just couldn't get comfortable. My feet hurt. Like I wanted to take my shoes off because my feet were hurting. And like I had on my work shirt still. And I was just like, I took off my work shirt and put it in my backpack. I'm sitting there. And I was like, I just can't do it, bro. I just don't. I want to go home and take a shower. And I just got up and left. I ducked out of there real quick. I felt bad for even coming in and bothering people to begin with. But it is what it is, man. I like being there, man. I like working. I like making money. I get so tired. Those long days are real tough on my old ass knees.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I'm averaging like 9,000 steps a day right now. Oof. Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's like 8,416 more than normal. Like, bro, it's so much walking, but and then I have like the addict personality, right? And so when I started counting my steps, it's now like a game I play with myself. Let's see how high a number I can get. Like the last 2 shifts, I've gotten 12,000. That's about 6 miles of me walking.
That's a lot of churning around.
Yeah, bro. Super dumb.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, I've also burned a whole lot of calories, and I've lost a bunch of weight in the last 6 months. So there are silver linings.
That's probably about the same for me. I mean, not just to compare, but
no, I figured you walk a lot.
8 to 9,000 steps is probably about average. But I don't have bad knees. So
yeah,
it's different.
Man, the other day I stood up and it felt like my knee detached and was just kind of floating around. It didn't obviously, but it was a weird feeling. It felt very uncomfortable. I stopped. I couldn't get it to feel right for a minute, so I just sat down for a minute, and then it just kind of stopped feeling like that. I was really worried. I was like, "What happened?" I don't have a clue what it was. It might have just been like some kind of weird nerve thing or something. I have no idea. But I was like, oh, this is stupid. Like, if they're going to make me work 11 hours, could you split it up and do it 3 days? I'll do 2 days, but make it 3 shifts so I can do like Monday, off Tuesday, work Wednesday kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty positive it's calculated. So we'll see who's more stubborn. I'll take me.
Yeah.
But, oh man, cool, dude. Anybody watch anything else this week?
Yeah, I did watch. I watched The Changeling. I was like, well, I was gonna pick this originally. I just went ahead and threw it on and watched it. It was pretty good, actually. I enjoyed it. It was a slow burn for sure.
So boring. I mean, I like it okay, but I'm just surprised this was.
I can see why you didn't like it. It's very like Exorcist-ish.
I like it better than The Exorcist, but I don't know why. I probably shouldn't.
It's a slow burn for sure, and it's not really that creepy or scary or anything like that. But it was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
I must have gotten rid of my copy. I know I had a copy at some point. I probably took it to the shop and sold it.
It's a pretty iconic movie. A lot of people talk about it. So
yeah.
I've seen the scene of the ball bouncing down the stairs.
That's the one that made me want to watch it because I was like, okay, I want to figure out why that happened.
Yeah, and then like the stairs like light on fire like toward the end.
Spoiler alert! I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, good. Dude. Yeah, I would recommend it.
Yeah, it's been on my list to watch too. I'll have to check that out.
But it is slow.
Hell yeah! What'd you think?
I thought it was awesome.
Dude, I thought it was awesome too.
Did you really?
Yeah, I took the kids to see it.
Man, I mean, it was like
off the whole movie,
start to finish. It was
it's so ridiculous. The whole movie's good. He's such a good character, man. Like Antonio Banderas nails it.
I feel like you could just watch it over and over and over.
It's got some rewatchability. I would agree with that for sure. I like that one, man. That's a good flick, man. Who was there's a famous girl in that. She played the girl with the bears.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that was like Florence Pugh or something.
I know there's Selma Hayek.
Yeah, she plays the
little cat,
love interest
Katy
cat or whatever.
Florence Pugh is Goldilocks. Yeah,
I knew it. Florence Pugh.
Huh.
I recognized her voice, and that's why I was like, "What? Who is that?" It was driving me nuts.
Yeah, I didn't know she was in it. I'm kind of surprised at like the really good buzz this was getting. So,
bro, it's been at the theater for so long, dude.
Yes, yeah.
I was just every time I go there to write the times down because at the end of the night, if I work concierge, I have to fix all that stuff. And every time I'm like, "Oh, Puss in Boots got to be done by now." I look, nope, sure enough, 4 more showings tomorrow. I'm like, "All right,
money maker,
right?" Hey,
I mean,
anything that's got kids allowed to be in there, they're gonna let it sit for a while because it does make more money.
Didn't that come out around Christmas?
It's been out a long time, dude. I think so.
Before Christmas,
right?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
When it started coming out, we were like, "Oh, Puss in Boots. I wonder if it'll do okay." And we only had it scheduled for 2 weeks. And I remember they told me it's going to do 2 more, and I was like, "All right, cool." And then it's just stayed. I was like, "All right."
I mean, after how many Shrek movies, and there was other Puss in Boots.
Yeah, it's on
movies.
the first
like
one.
the second
Right
one, I
there,
think.
so like just the randomest movie, and they just nailed it for whatever reason. I'm assuming I haven't seen it. But.
I'm hearing that they're rebooting Shrek.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I don't know I don't know any other details other than that's what I've heard. Is that they're rebooting it?
Okay. Is Chris Pratt gonna play him?
Yes.
The Idea Factory is officially dead. They burned it to the ground.
Yeah, they just threw darts on a wall. It's like, we're rebooting Shrek and Chris Pratt.
Wow.
That Mario movie looks absolutely amazing.
Right,
I cannot wait to see that.
$1 billion check.
Dude, when Bricken saw that trailer, he literally gasped. He was like, and I was just like, I know, buddy. You don't even gotta ask, bro. We're going opening day, my friend. I'll take him out of school to go see that one.
Yeah,
Mario.
It looks interesting, but
it looks awesome.
But
it looks amazing. Don't hate on that movie. It looks awesome.
I think what Jack Black is Bowser. I think.
Oh really? I don't even know. It just looked so cool. It just looked accurate. I thought it was gonna be live action for some reason.
Oh yeah.
And so I was like expecting that, and then when it came on, and it was like, and I was like, oh, is it cartoon? I was like, oh yeah, because they can do anything they want with a cartoon,
Yeah.
But it's gonna be fun, man. If that movie sucks, I'm gonna be so sad because I'm actually looking forward to that one. I don't usually watch cartoons and like them. Puss in Boots was kind of surprising to me. I didn't think I was gonna like it much. I took the kids because they needed to get out of the house, man. They deserve it. But I was like halfway through it, and I was like, "Wow, I'm still awake. This is cool." I was like, "This is awesome." I fully expected a nap.
Chris, I think you said Swamp Thing's coming out or rebooting.
Yeah. I mean, it's not for a while. I don't think.
Yeah, they just announced that. I think
it was lower on the list of DC stuff, so I imagine it'll be a couple of years.
Probably like 3 years.
I would think something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're like working on it. I mean, they haven't officially announced that the Logan guy is writing it, but I think he posted something on Twitter, and people are just kind of putting things together. So I think they're just in the idea phase.
For anybody that's watching this now or in the future that's interested in any Scream content, my wife and I watched Scream 1, Scream 2, Scream 1, Scream 3, 4, and then 5, all within like 5 or 6 days. No, I think it was 5 days. We watched two of them in one day because she's fixing to start working, and we were trying to figure out a way to like spend some time together, hanging out, just chilling. And she's like, "Let's just knock out Scream," and I was like, "Let's go." You don't gotta tell me twice. That was my favorite movie until I ran into Terrifier. So we knocked all those out, and we're going to do a video tomorrow talking about it in long form, and I'm going to drop some shorts and some clips and stuff. But we're getting ready for Scream 6 coming out on my birthday, and I'm really, really excited. I know that I'm probably going to watch it the Wednesday before my birthday just because they're going to have an employee screening, and there's no way I'm not going to go to that. So, but I watched the trailer, and I watched a little bit of fan theory stuff, and I got some ideas. I'm freaking pumped, dude. It's about a month away, man. I'm really excited. And then it looks awesome, man. And I hope there's some gnarly stuff happen. I hope some mainstays get knocked off. I hope Courtney Cox finally gets the axe. Not because I don't like her or anything. It's time.
And they need to get rid of all the
legacy characters.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree. And I'm hearing that this one is not going to have main girl.
Nev Campbell
in it. So I think that they're saying that, and that she's going to have an uncredited role and then die. That's my thoughts.
I know there had been some big stuff about her like not coming to an agreement, and they were trying to get her in the movie, and then she was like she wanted too much money or something. But I think they did come to an agreement, so I bet she like shows up at the end or something.
I think there's going to be something small, uncredited, maybe even, and like it's just like a thing. And I'm good with that. Let her come in, get knocked off real quick, and then go.
She's gonna be the last survivor.
Oh God, I hope not, man.
You want to be a killer?
Yeah, I mean they swore Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire weren't in the new Spider-Man movie, and
That's what I'm thinking too.
Sure
That's how that happened, dude. I burst into tears when that happened, bro. I couldn't control it, dude. I just started crying like a baby. I was like seriously moved by that. I was like, this is like my whole life. All the movies that I just like. I mean, dude, come on. Like, how do I know you and Josh, Chris? You know, from a comic book shop. Like that's. I was literally like in tears when that happened. I was, but
I think everybody knew it was coming, but still, it just.
Dude, I'm an idiot, bro. I didn't have no idea it was coming. I believed them. I was like, oh, they didn't. Okay, I guess they're not gonna be in it. That's cool, I guess. Bro, I don't read anything. I don't get on Reddit. I don't care about none of that stuff. I just go to movies. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. So I had no idea what was going to happen in that movie. I don't pay enough attention.
There was a bunch of leaks of that stuff, and I got it ruined for me. So
that sucks. So glad I try to avoid things like that. I mean, I've had some things spoiled, but that one I got away with. The new Spider-Man one's going to be amazing. The new Across the Multiverse.
Yeah, I hope so.
The animated one. Oh, dude, if it's even half as good as the original, I'll be happy.
Yeah, there's no reason it shouldn't be.
I'm excited for that.
I get to go see Ant-Man Quantumania next Wednesday night, it looks like. They're going to do like an employee pizza party thing at midnight. And I'll be honest, man, that movie is more interesting looking to me than most of the other ones that have come out in the past couple of years. And then I actually think I might want to see the next Guardians because I saw a trailer for that and I was like, oh, that looks kind of awesome. But I'm getting into a real Dave Bautista phase. I like that guy, man. I'm happy for him, dude. He's doing well, man.
Yeah, I need to go see Knock at the Cabin.
Bro, it's so good. Oh, I loved it.
I'm gonna go try and check it out maybe next week.
Did you see that, Hugh?
No, not yet. I plan to. I definitely do.
It's right now. It's like probably the best movie I've seen this year, which is February 8th. So that's what else have I seen that might knock that one off? I mean, Scream's coming. It's probably going to be way better to me, but like I thought it was going to be like mediocre and I was ready for it to suck. That might have something to do with like why I liked it so much because I was really like, this could be really bad, but I like M. Night, so I'm going. You know,
anytime it's Shyamalan, it's like he might pull off the rug. And,
Well, I watch The Happening pretty regularly, but I look at it like a comedy, bro. I don't watch that movie like it's serious.
Yeah.
I had an employee get mad at me, like not mad, but like thought I was talking shit to him because we were talking about Knock at the Cabin before I had seen it. And I was like, dude, I'm stoked for this movie, man. It's M. Night Shyamalan. And he goes, yeah, that guy's a super hit or miss. And I was like, yeah, but I like his bad movies too. And I was like, The Happening, bro. I love that movie. And he was like, no, bro. And I was like, man, the only reason people don't like The Happening is because they don't know what they're watching. And he thought I meant like you're not smart enough to get it. And I was like, no. You think you're watching like a serious movie. It's a fucking comedy. And when I explained to him, he's like, oh shit, I'm sorry, dude. Because he was like talking a bunch of shit to me after I said that. As I was like walking away, I was like, damn, bro, I just was saying like it's funny. And so when I went and explained to him, he's like, oh, bro, I'm sorry. I was like, no, dude, I don't care. It's definitely not a serious movie. If at least I don't. It's
not an intentional comedy.
No, but it's hilarious.
But it is a comedy.
Yeah, it's like The Room, dude. Not quite on that level, but you know.
Yeah.
Hells yeah, dude. Well, I'm going to try to watch some. I got a couple of things. I wrote down The Getaway so I don't forget which movie it is. I'm trying to just start writing them on my board.
The 70s version.
I wrote 1972 next to it.
No, okay. Alec Baldwin.
I actually also watch the Baldwin one.
There you go. Because you'll never see him in a movie ever again. So
probably might as well. I mean, you really might not.
You really might not.
Dude, that Warner Brothers 25 film horror and sci-fi box is absolute trash.
Because The Exorcist is in it?
It's got all the really good movies
dude,
you don't
I
like.
I expected that to be in it.
And The Shining?
A bunch of Kubrick garbage.
Blade Runner.
Oh, God. Ugh.
Full Metal Jacket was in it too, right? And...
why is that in there? Like, why is Full Metal Jacket in there? Like, why is Goodfellas in there? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. It's a strange mix of movies.
It's a very strange mix of movies. I was all hyped thinking it would be like awesome shit. The first 8 movies, I all was like... Now, after that, it got pretty good. There was a lot of stuff in there. And I expected The Exorcist. I would be pretty surprised if that wasn't in there. But
is the box set labeled as sci-fi and horror?
It is, yes. That's what they said. That's what they said.
I thought it was just an all-around...
No, they said Volume 4.
Brother.
I read the whole article. It said it was horror and sci-fi. Volume 4.
Well, you were reading off of Shudder, right?
No,
Or I mean,
Bloody
Disgust.
I mean, they were here. Let me see if I can find it.
They may have just labeled it as that.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that's
not. They definitely could have. I'm not going to say you're wrong.
There's a bunch of stuff that's normal, not sci-fi horror.
Says.
Yeah, because I was like, they're not gonna just throw Goodfellas in there if it's sci-fi horror. But
let's see.
I mean,
I just want to see what it said again. Maybe I made a mistake when I was talking about it.
Definitely. No, I think you said it on the live stream, but I would be surprised if it actually said that on the box.
Okay. See, on the thing it says, okay. Oh, they have it in quotations as coming from Warner Brothers. 100 Years of Warner Brothers, Volume 4 is dedicated to thrillers, sci-fi, and horror. So I guess thrillers would be the key word there.
Thrillers, yeah. All encompassing.
That gives them an out on the. Good, this is such a terrible box set, dude. Oh my goodness. I mean, there's a ton of good movies in there, but like, there's a lot of just absolute.
Name all the bad movies real quick.
Name all the bad ones.
Jeez.
Name all the bad ones.
Children of the Damned, 2001, Clockwork Orange, The Exorcist. I haven't seen All the President's Men, so I have no idea. The Shining.
Oh, that's a great
Blade
movie.
Runner.
Blade Runner.
I hate that movie. Interview with the Vampire. Like, I mean, come on, dude.
It's a good movie.
I guess. I don't know. Like,
you haven't named a bad one yet. I'm waiting.
Like, pick Randy's most overrated movies list, and let's make a box set out of it.
That's exactly what I thought when I was looking at that. I was like, dude, all of these
all
are
classics.
Yeah, all the best movies Randy doesn't like, and make a box set.
You know,
I mean, like, I won't be buying it. Like, there's like the stuff I would want.
No way I'd buy that. I wouldn't buy that if it's
$20.
I think I have most of them. So
yeah, I mean, all the ones that I wanted out of that are stuff I own already.
Yeah.
It just felt like they should put something a little more obscure in a box set, something that makes people want to buy it. Like, I feel like every one of those, like, even if I don't like them, like, okay, The Exorcist, everybody's got that movie. 2001, everybody's got it. Like, it wasn't that the movies suck necessarily. It was just a weird collection. I thought it's all stuff everybody's got. It's like, oh, they found all the crap they had made way too many copies of. They're like, all right, let's just make a box set out of it. Like,
it's not for us. It's people that don't buy movies.
That's
very
true.
Often. They're like, oh, this is all the classics. Yeah, I'm gonna give them all at once. You know,
some asshole is gonna get it for one of us for Christmas.
It's a Christmas present.
Oh yeah, I know what I'm buying you for your birthday now.
Garbage. Thank you.
I mean, like, yeah, it's like, well, it's the first time The Exorcist is on 4K. And they're gonna put it in this stupid box set, so that pisses me off.
Are they all 4K?
That's what I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like Blade Runner, Shining, 2000, like all that stuff's all been on 4K. So
it doesn't even say here that it is 4K. That's why I didn't know that. Okay, that makes more sense. Let's see. Down here at the bottom, it does.
Yeah, it's all 4K and some fancy pins apparently.
Yeah, I see the pins too. They look stupid.
Yeah. It's Warner Brothers logos.
How much is that box set? Is it like
$300.
Oh God,
that's a lot.
Jesus.
I mean, it's 25 4Ks. That seems
even have
excessive. That seems excessive for the price. I mean, I think you should be able to get Reader's Digest. Let's go.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Maybe when it's like $100 on sale or something like that, it may be worth it. I'm not gonna buy it either way.
I'm literally making a whole video about this because I'm so pissed off. It's so annoying.
$300.
I mean,
now that I know the price,
$12 per 4K. So
yeah, but when you buy in bulk, you shouldn't have to pay that much. I think that should be like $249, $10 a 4K. Even then, that's a little more than I think you should have to pay for that. $200 is more what I was expecting you to say. $300 was way more than I thought you were going to say.
Actually, this says $300, like, well, 300 pounds, euros, whatever.
Holy crap! So it's like $350.
Yeah.
UK monies, whatever.
Let's go for rip-offs.
So it's at least that in US dollars.
So it's like $15 a piece, basically.
Well, that's stupid. All right, folks, that's all for us tonight, man. We'll see you guys next week. I'm not sure what day yet. It'll probably be Wednesday. As a matter of fact, I'm so dumb. Yeah, I have my schedule because it is Wednesday today. I think it is going to have to be Wednesday. But we're gonna do The Getaway, 1972. Yeah, Wednesday. So
Yep.
Check it out. Be there, be square. We'll see you in the next horror hangout. Peace.
Sweet.